Hey, what's up? My name is Tackless, and today I'm going to be doing a video that a number of people have requested about how to sheath and unsheath weapons. And this is going to be a super simple way to do it, like incredibly simple. You guys should be pretty happy with how simple this is. Now, I will say there's not a drawing animation. I decided not to go with a drawing animation. It's totally doable with the Kinect, but if you need to pull out your sword, there's a good chance you don't want to have your character have to stop in place for the drawing animation to happen. So no drawing animation. It just immediately goes from hand to sheathed location. This particular weapon, I'm using the Kovir energy sword, I think. When it's sheathed, I have it powered off so that it's just a hilt. So let's go ahead and do that. Now it's pretty subtle. There's the hilt there on the side. It disappears when I equip it. Comes back when I unequip it. This is much more obvious on other weapons. I just decided to go with this particular one for now. So, yeah. Let's delete all of that. We're going to throw in this ugly looking character. We're going to change his brain. Let's delete page. And make him a third-person adventurer. Alright, just for personal preference, I have to get rid of that hat. That hat is something else. Let's just give him no hat. There, that's already 10 times better. He looks not even half as stupid. Alright, now let's find a good sword. Thankfully, by this point in development, we have no shortage of options. So, let's go with the Ancient Codian sword. And this sword's, well, as big as he is. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit to about there. Okay, so then what we're going to do, I'm going to put this down, and we're going to go into its brain, erase its brain, and at this point, I'm going to make a second copy of it. Put it right here. This one we're going to tamper with the physics on. This one is going to be collidable off, and it's going to be fixed physics type. This is the one that's going to be visible or invisible depending if it's equipped or not. This one's going to be the one he's actually holding. We're going to put this one off to the side. We'll get to that one later. So the question is he going to wear this on his hip, or is he going to wear it on his back like an awesome person? I have a personal preference to it going on his back, but I'm going to show you how to do both. So let's rotate it about like that, and then we have to angle it just a fuzz because it's not going to sit perfectly straight down. Put it like that, and it's going to be the top of the handle. So that part right there, that's going to be what's attached to him. Not that, not the end of the blade. It's going to be that handle right there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to grab attach, and we're going to attach this to his hip socket. This means it'll move with his leg. Now, you might, after he's done moving, you might have to reposition the sword because, well, he moved with it attached to him. So we'll rotate it back a little bit. We'll tip it forward, and now we put it in position. So about right there. Man, that's still looking pretty big. Let's tip it like right about there maybe. It's still looking big. I'm going to shrink it down some more, and that means I have to also shrink down the other model just a bit. 51%. Okay, so it's positioned there. Let's get this model shrunk down to about the same. There we go. So now what we need to do is we need to add a little bit of code to this sword. Now if you're saying, I can't point at the sword, all I'm getting is a pointing at the body, no problem. We're going to go the other way around rather than just pointing right at the sword. We go to, if you don't know how to do this, it's Y and then B, or bumper and then B. Then we go to attachments, go to the Ancient Codian sword, and then press Y, and we're in the brain of our sword. Pretty simple. So what we're going to do, this is really simple. Trust me, guys. I'm calling this a beginner tutorial, even though it's going to have a couple of variables, just because, this is simple. We're going to go to owner, and then we're going to make a variable called sword equipped. When sword equipped equals true, we're going to make child line of code. To do child line of code, we're going to make a new line, we're going to select the number, we're going to bump it to the right, and now this line of code will never run until this line of code is met. So then we're going to put started to, and then we're going to go to appearance, visible equals false. I'm sorry, true. No, it needs to be false. Because when the sword is equipped equals true, That means he's holding it in his hand, meaning we can't have it displaying at his hip. Copy and paste that. Gonna make this false. Gonna make this true. And we're done here. Simple as that. Next, we're gonna go into this sword. We don't need any code in the sword. Properties. We're gonna go to brain. We're gonna make this a template. Now we're gonna go into our player, and if you don't remember, we just grabbed the third-person adventure brain. Pretty simple. And we're gonna assign the equip and unequip button to right bumper, because nothing happens at that bumper. So, right bumper, and actually before right bumper we need started to, and then right bumper. And then we're going to go to math, toggle, and then we're going to find that Boolean variable called sword equipped. And that's it. Next, let's just copy the variable, make a new line, and when sword equipped is equal to true, then we're going to started to equip, and then we're going to grab our template. Now, this is a pro tip. When he equips this, if you don't want whatever he was holding to just drop on the ground, if you want it to just disappear, and another line of code, but started to unequip to inventory. Anything in his hand before this happens will unequip to his inventory. It'll just disappear, and then he'll equip this. Next, we'll copy and paste sword equipped equals true to sword equipped equals false. And then we just delete this line of code where he equips it, and we just leave the unequipped to inventory. And that's it, guys. That's all it takes. Let's preview it. It's probably going to look better now that he has a full sword, not just a hilt. So, yep, there's a sword. Looks a little bit odd since it's kind of sticking to his leg. I guess we could probably attach it to his hip rather than to his leg. But when we equip it, pulls off of his hip, goes into his hand. Don't forget to put the sword on the left side, since everyone always you draw your sword from the left if you're right-handed, and our Project Spark players are right-handed. So, and then we can unequip it. You can actually unequip it mid-attack. Looks a little odd, but it works. All right, so that's how you can attach it to the leg. Let's attach this sucker to the back. So let's pull it away, and we'll do attach it just to the body, and that unattaches it. Next, let's position this thing where we want it on the back. So we will rotate it like that. Rotate it like that. Like that. Okay. I would personally prefer it be on the back. I think it just looks cooler. Now I'm going to put it a little bit of ways away from him. Attach the sword. And we're going to be going for that one there, the center of his chest. If you didn't see, there was a small bubble that illuminated when I was attaching it. And we were going for one that was kind of in his solar plexus, kind of like right below his rib cage in the middle of his chest. And we can do some fine-tuned positioning. There. Pull it up a little bit. And because it's on his back, we can actually scale this bad boy up a little bit. Let's get it to 65. There you go. And if you're having really weird clipping issues or the character running around and then getting thrown around randomly, that means this thing on his back is collidable, and be sure to turn that off. We'll scale this thing up appropriately to 65%. Let's give this a shot. I think this looks cooler in my personal opinion. So he's got on his back, press bumper, and it's in his hand off his back. Press bumper and his back. And you can do it as many times as you want. It'll start to walk funny, but, you know, it works. And since this tutorial went pretty easy, let's add a tiny bit of garnish with a sound effect. When sword equipped equals true, we're going to do started to, and let's pick out a good sound effect. Create, play sound, and I bet there's a sword draw sound. Let's just search sword. That sounds good. And we're going to do overlapping, so if you spam it, the equip and unequip, it continues making the sound. There we go. Simple as that. You have unequipping and equipping. And if you're wondering, all you have to do to make this work for a gun is switch out the models with the sword with a gun. Like, honestly, it's just that easy. I could grab this, go to swap mesh, put in gun. Can I just search gun? No. Rifle? Yeah. Put this out there. And then we'll grab the one off his back. Let's see if I can select it. There we go. Swap mesh with the heavy laser rifle. Obviously reposition it so it doesn't look quite as dorky. To right there. Tweak it so it looks good. That's it. That's literally all it takes to switch it to a gun. So then, well, you know, you get the shing sound effect. But that's it. If that's not awesome, you tell me what's awesome, because this is super duper easy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. I'm getting back in the tutorial groove. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you have anything else you want in a tutorial, please let me know. Because sometimes the hardest part about making a tutorial is coming up with the ideas. Because a lot of things I can make, or I even have made. I've made this a long time ago on a number of different projects. But sometimes just coming up with the idea is the hard part. Yeah, that's from my old shop tutorial. Die. There we go. So, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And I will see you guys later.